so much has happened since May, obviously, and it's not just a trickle; it's almost a fire hose of information demonstrating, in fact, that the Biden administration, government officials, federal government officials, have made these companies again and again offers that they couldn't refuse, and that's sort of, I've debated this from day one. Like, is this social media companies with a political agenda? But with COVID, it seemed so much more than that. And you have senators like Elizabeth Warren saying, "I'm going to nationalize you guys."
Yeah.
And that's a threat.
Yeah.
That's a threat. So
Right.
when a government official says, "Hey, take that down," it's not a request so much as an order, because you could get regulatory action from the administration, you could get legislative initiatives, and you could just have them, a la Fauci and Collins, just trash you.
Right.
All of which has happened.
Right. So you're right that since May, a lot more information has come out, and it's mostly emails, some from DHS, some from CDC, and then actually even more agencies than we had realized, showing this real coordinated. I'll use the word coordinated, but with a caveat for now. Coordinated campaign between the government and the tech companies to censor people who disagree with the government.
I call it collusion. I don't know if that's a legal term.
I mean, what I want to make sure people understand is that given the power imbalance, it's not really cooperation. It's not that the tech companies really want to do this. It's that they're being threatened by the government. They're afraid of the consequences. And, sort of like if a mafia guy comes into your house and, makes a request, quote unquote. I mean, so given that context, I see it as very coercive and obvious First Amendment violation. So these emails have really exposed, the government telling the social media companies specific posts to take down, specific topics to take down. There are even like bi-monthly, if Facebook has these emails revealed, the ones that we just released this morning, bi-monthly reports to senior White House officials about what kind of misinformation is spreading so that they can coordinate their efforts to tamp down on it. And one of the most shocking revelations, I think, and this was actually revealed a few weeks ago by Alex Berenson, not our lawsuit, was that he was specifically targeted, Alex Berenson, by people in the White House. And there were emails between Twitter employees saying that the White House had posed tough questions about why Alex Berenson hadn't been suspended, that they didn't think he'd violated any rules, but they'd figure out what they could do. And they used the word mercifully. Mercifully, we had answers for them, but we couldn't answer this one question. You don't use the word mercifully.
Right. if you're not afraid. Yeah. That's not a Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. And that is a specific person who was censored directly because of the government. So that's like I would say that's the hardest evidence so far. But there's still, major First Amendment claims. For instance, even if no specific person can show that they were censored, not everybody's going to be able to make out the case that Alex Berenson can. Then First Amendment law, there's something known as a chilling effect. So if you're afraid to say things because you fear the consequences, losing your Twitter account or whatever it might be, that's a First Amendment violation in and of itself. There's also a corollary to the First Amendment right to speak, a lot of people don't know, which is the right to receive information. So you have the right to hear the views of Jay Bhattacharya and Alex Berenson, and the government is depriving you of that right. So we've all been deprived of the right to hear Alex Berenson's views. So anybody, I think, could bring that claim.